Okay, people, coming at you with another update here. I don't know if I remember. I don't remember if I told you guys or not, but I blew the two 10s I had back here, which makes sense. Even though after giving them clean power, I'm still giving them about 400 watts a piece, which is about 400 times more than they're rated for. Because they're rated for like 80 to 100 RMS, if I remember correctly. I'd be willing to wager 80 RMS is what they're rated for. So they handled beautifully. But they did blow and not so smoky melted heap of slag. But so I put my two remaining I had 4 MA audios. One of them completely raped, so I took that apart, so I had 3 left. Then this one's still in almost perfect condition. This one here I'll tell you about, and then the other one's just it's really scratchy, so that's blown as well. This one here, its issue is, you are not going to be able to see that very well, but let's see if I can get you a better angle here, guys. Oh, it's not going to work. There we go. See this? Let me push this all the way up. That's the spider there. The only thing, absolutely only thing connecting the cone to the whole basket and everything is the surround and the tinsel leads, which have snapped on this left side, or rather right side. So the only thing connecting it is this surround here, and then the 2 tinsel leads on this side, and one of the ones on this side. So there's 3 wires in the surround there that are connecting that woofer to the basket. So it's dead as dead could possibly be, mechanically failure to the max, but it still does receive power on one side, so I'm going to be running that until I get that replaced. And then I have 1 MA audio left, and that one, I have that wired to 8 ohms, so I don't kill it. It's pretty impossible to fail that mechanically, running 200 watts, and pretty hard to kill it with 200 watts of clean power when it's rated for 250. So that guy should be good. That guy's dead as fudge. So that's that update. Still working on stuff. Got my amp rack down here. I got 3 fans down below. I have 3 80mm fans hooked up to a 30 amp relay that's all triggered by that's right, I never told you guys about my whole fan light system. But I have the remote wire from the head unit in the front coming back and around. You can actually believe, yeah, this here I've got coming in, the blue one actually, I've got coming in to here, and that's remote turn on, and then I've got that hooked up underneath here. I've got that hooked up to a 30 amp relay as the turn on switch for that. So I've got the relay wired positive ground and then the remote turn on. So whenever the remote turn on lead turns the sends signal to the rear amplifier to turn on. So basically whenever any music's playing or any audio device is connected at all, then it sends a signal, or 12 volt positive signal back, and that turns on the relay, and that relay is able to supply 30 amps. I've got that on a 20 amp fuse so I don't blow it, and then I have all of that. I've got that divided into three different sections, or rather 2. I've got a wire from that, so 30 amps, 12 volts, that's going to my remote turn on my amplifier. So I got plenty of power to turn on the amplifier, which wasn't the issue. But then I've got 30 amps, or rather 20 because of the fuse. I have 20 amps to play with for fans and lights. So before, I wasn't able to power on my fans and lights off the remote turn on. It would dim whenever the fans turned on. So I've got plenty of power there, so I run all my accessories off of this rear one. So far, all I have are these lights, and that's what, there's 2 wires there because I have a red one. It's like 16 or 18 gauge wire running to the front, running those lights. So if I ever need to have anything up there, I'll probably run that to another relay, because you can't have enough redundancy of having a wire run from the front to the back, then back to the front. Well, I don't know what I'll do then. I'll probably actually just slice into the remote turn on and have a relay up front as well. So then I have copious amounts of power able to be delivered to these lights, which, as you notice, only 3 because this one broke as well. You can see right there, broken glass on the inside because I keep throwing my backpack there and it hits that and breaks it. So have to fix that up. But still plenty of lighting down here, which is wonderful. So that's that. As I was saying with my fans, I have 3 80mm fans here blowing air across. My amp's actually sitting in the middle, so it's blowing air across my amp. And then it's actually coming up the back here. So there's actually a good bit of airflow that you can feel. And definitely you can't see it on camera because that's just crazy. But there's a lot of airflow coming up the back here. So with the 10s, I actually had them inverted for a while, and so it could cool off the motors and extend their power handling a bit. So that's what I have there. So I really like that amp rack design. So I'm going to see if I can keep this amp rack when I do my summer upgrade. And this is a really long video now, and I apologize. I'm just kind of ranting now because I'm tired and got to get up early tomorrow to go to a robotics competition and blah blah blah. But I'm thinking for when I do my next upgrade, I'm going to keep this here, so I'll be able to come out a little bit with my box because I've got some wood blocks there, so that I could have this spaced out. And there's space there because I have I have a pair of screws. There it is. There's a screw there, and then something there, so that I can press it up against, still have airflow in the back, and still be able to keep that box from sliding around in the back, even though it is carpeted. They do slide sometimes. But for next upgrade, I've got about another 2.5, 3 inches that I can come out this way, and then I can have the box go 40 inches or 39 inches from here all the way across to back there. Spare sweatshirt for the wind. I'll have 39 inches there, and then I can come out whatever this is plus a couple inches there, and have whatever I need for that. And so I can either have the box designed like this one with a slanted face or a straight up face that's perpendicular to the amp rack for there, and I can invert the subs, have them be hanging out right here, and have those cooled by these fans underneath. Or I could have them mounted like I've currently got my MA audios, and so then they just look cool, and my amp underneath, and I can actually fit 2 amps down there, just barely. But I'd have my mids and highs and my tweeter amp under there, so all the stuff for the front door for my panels would go under there and be awesome like that. And then the amp for the subs I can mount on top of this. Another thing, I need to get some baffles for my, well, maybe. I might get some baffles for my 6x9s in the back. Because I'm not really sure if I want to sound deaden that top piece, or if I want to, I kind of want to build a panel for there, but that doesn't really work with my trunk opening mechanism. The tensioning rod is there in the way, and there's not too much I can do on the top to spice that up any, so I may or may not just leave it. If I don't leave it, I'll just put baffles there, some foam or plastic baffles to make that sound a little better. But yeah, I can mount the amp on top of that, and then have some fans blowing air over that as well. And then if I did fans there, I'd probably have them coming from the back blowing this way. So I'd have convection this way and then coming this way. So it'd be kind of all the air would be directed in this general area. So I'd probably do that part. What else is there to talk about? I did get new seat covers, but unfortunately it is so dark that you can't see them. Yeah, you can see a little bit there, but that's about it. It's really, really dark. Yeah, you can't see that at all. So, you can see him perfectly fine in person. It's just this camera's crap. You can't pick up the near pitch darkness. Strange. Dang, 10 minutes. I've been waiting forever. Apologize. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna get some sound deadener for my trunk. Do all that. I'm going, at least the plan so far, is sound deadener all in the trunk area, license plate sound deadener. Gonna do front doors, might do under the hood too. Maybe. Probably not. But, so, trunk, rear doors, or front doors, trunk lid, license plate, anything else that massively rattles, we'll get some sound deadener. And then, yeah, as far as my current design, which I've changed several times. Before I was dead set on the TC sounds, and I mean, 500 watts a piece. I wasn't really able to find anything I was too happy with. I didn't want to get a pair of the Rockford Fosgate P502s, 502s that I was looking at. Didn't really want to have 3 amps, one for each sub, and then one for the doors, and then I'm only running 500 watts RMS, or 1,000 RMS total, which is about the same as what I was running before, so it's kind of, I could go into like a hour long spiel on that, but for just like $100 more I could get, I was looking at either the TC Sounds Epic 12s, or, I'm pacing here, but you can't really see that, get either the TC Sounds Epic 12s, or Sundown Audio SA 12s, or Audio Q HDC 3 12s. And I believe right now I'm actually looking at getting the Audio Qs, because the TC Sounds rated at 500 RMS. They can take like 600, 700, 800 RMS, no problem. But I really don't want to push them too hard. So I don't know. And then the Sundown Audio SA12s, which are beastly, are rated for 600 or 800 RMS, which seemed really low. And I know with the Sundowns, I could give them 1,000 RMS, no problem. But again, I don't particularly want to push it because they don't have recons for them. So I was looking at the Audio Qs, which are the most expensive of the bunch, clocking in around $250 a piece versus $200 and $195, respectively. But they're rated for 1,000 RMS, and they perform wonderful on 2K. People have had them running off a 2,000 RMS, and they say that works fine. So I was thinking, get a pair of those, run them 1,000 watts a piece, and be perfectly fine with that. Once they're broken in a bit and everything, then I can get a second amp and wire that differently and get 4,000 2K a piece or something like that, whatever's. So I was looking at a Soundstream TX 2000.1D, I think it was, so I can get 2,000 RMS at 1 ohm. So I was going to get two dual 1 ohm Audio Qs, and then I could wire each one up to 2 ohm, so I'd have 2 and 2 ohm respectively, and then wire that down to 1 for 2,000 RMS for 1,000 piece. Or I could, and then when if I get a second one, then I could wire it, I could actually wire it down to a half ohm. I could go down to a half, and run each amp on a half ohm, but I don't really know if the Soundstreams are capable of running at a half ohm. It should be 4,000 a piece. It should be ridiculous. So I'll probably just run them on 1 ohm, 1,000 watts a piece. That should be good. If I really need to upgrade, I can upgrade to an amp that does 4,000 at 1 ohm, or is quarter ohm stable. It does 1,000 at 1, so I can do 4,000, whatever. But now it's a 15-minute video, and I apologize profusely, but I'm ranting. So, snapshot of this thumbs up button, because I like my subs, so yeah, got that Diet State Fair. Yeah, they cancel because they, like, eggs are good, apparently, or something like that. So, yeah, thanks for watching, YouTube. Stay cool, and thanks for watching again. I've said it a million times, but I really do appreciate it. Comments would be appreciated as well, what you think. If there's anything I do better, or anything you don't like, please let me know. I do accept constructive criticism. So yeah, thanks for watching for the 5th or 6th time I've said this, and Stir the Dirt signing out.